Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Next is Mike Brenner. This is the MLB Odds Couple show for Tuesday, July 26th. Let's throw up the record from yesterday. Man, Mike Brenner, this is classic
Hey, before
baseball.
we get too far into this, how about that breaking news with Aroldis Chapman going to the Cubs? I mean,
is that even fair? I mean, I don't want to hear anyone giving me crap for the rest of the year about taking the Cubs, even if they're minus 300, minus 400, no matter what price it is, I'm taking the Cubs.
My buddy who's a big Cubs fan said the same thing. He said, I don't even know if this is fair. So that's funny how you
Question
said
is, will they start to get overvalued because of it? The lines aren't going to adjust that much, but I think that I was looking to bet on them anyway because of the health of the lineup, right?
Sure.
So now with Chapman in, it just gets it. I mean, the thing is that when the Cubs win, most of the times I'm taking them on the run line and they're winning big anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like the Chapman thing is going to be a big help in the
secure more
World
of those
Series
run lines.
And in the playoffs. But no, in the run lines, it won't matter that much because the run lines cash when Chapman isn't used.
I got you. I
you
see
know
what
I'm
you're
saying?
saying.
I guess sometimes there'll be like a 2 or 3 run lead where they'll use him anyway. But I feel like he's going to benefit them in the postseason.
Absolutely.
In the regular season, probably won't matter because when they win with the bats. They win by more than 1 or 2 runs.
He's probably going to get a lot of rest and be ready for the playoffs.
Exactly.
But what I'm wondering, Pete, the other side, are the Yankees selling? What's that tell you?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
They claim they're not, but all right. So let's throw the record up.
Yeah.
Did you see the way the baseball? All right, I had. I'm just the standard bitching.
Okay,
right?
here we go.
I had Cincinnati on the first 5 run line. Right, they were up 4-3. Bottom of the 5th, they give up 2.
Yeah.
Top of the 6th, they get 2 back.
Yeah, doesn't that
Did
piss you off even more? It's like, damn it.
And then Detroit, I had them on the first half in the full game. They lose the first 5, 1-0, and then they win the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
And then I had Philly. I didn't take them on the run line. I took them on the money line. The first 5 innings push, so it would have won on the. It's just
See,
the way
you
baseball
now know
goes.
what I've been going through for about 2 months. Not kidding you, Pete. Now I just got to overlook it and get up each day and just try to make it back. And I'm going to today.
I mean, what I'm talking about is breaks not going my way.
Oh,
Do
I
you feel
know.
like
I
the
know
breaks
exactly
have not
what
been
you're.
going,
I feel like I've had
those.
I've had those games. You know, 9th inning, 8th inning. You know, but you know what? That's why baseball is a whole different beast. And you know what? Let's just get up and battle again, baby.
All right.
For real.
Okay. So there's, I guess there's, it's kind of a card that I'm sort of feeling my way in. I didn't do my full complete research on this one because I was
Did you
crunching.
actually sleep then last night?
No, I was crunching for the Pac-12 video that we're going to do today.
Okay.
But there's 2 picks. There's 2 bets that I definitely made on the overnight that I'm definitely liking.
Come on,
I think.
let's lay one up. Let's fire.
These are 2 plays that I'm definitely liking. I think. All right.
Are they no-brainers?
They're in my brain, which means that they're questionable brainers. All right, the first one I think is going to be the Cubs. Look, they lost yesterday, right? Yeah. Shields has been having a bunch of starts in a row, but his peripherals have not been that good. Hendricks, of course, has been impressive. This has nothing to do with Chapman. It has mostly to do with Shields. It feels like a bounce-back situation. Shields has been good. The peripherals haven't been good. Hendricks has been, as we know, a little bit under the radar good. And I took him on the overnight line at -1, and I guess I'll give him here as well. The money line part will be at Bookmaker -158 and the Greek. And the run line part will be at Pinnacle +103, so that should work out to about -130 or so. I think that's a decent line for a solid win by the Cubs.
Pistol Pete pulling the trigger early. Well, I couldn't agree with you anymore. You know, and Shields he's straightened out since the beginning, but his peripherals are bad. He's due for us one of those games where he gets shellacked. I think it's today. I think the Cubs are now going to really start getting aggressive, even though Chapman's not going to make a huge difference in the regular season, like you said. Just his presence in that locker room, I think, is just going to change this. Not change the team, but it's just going to fire them back up. I look for them to start cranking it up again. And from what I'm hearing, Solar was supposed to play last night, and he didn't, so he's supposed to play tonight. What's the first half run line with the Cubbies, Pistol?
The first half run lines actually are not out, but we can give you the Heritage opener if you want.
All right, we'll do that. And how about the full game run line?
Full game run line, best line, +103.
I love it. I love it. I think they got to bounce back. Last night was a fluke. They got 2 in the 8th to tie it, and then gave it back up in the bottom of the 9th. So
all right,
get her done.
And then the next one is another questionable. I'm going to start calling the no-brainers questionable brainers.
I figured something was up with that.
Which means that they're in my brain and they're questionable plays, right?
Pistol Pete.
Questionable value because they're in my brain. The next questionable brainer that I have is All right, man. I feel a little bit embarrassed saying it, but
God.
Houston as a bounce back against CC Sabathia.
Hey, I think it's great.
Yeah, the one thing is that
Pistol Pete, I got a feeling we're both going to have a good night because I can't make this up. Well, check it out. And I haven't used Pfister not one time this year, not once.
You know what our viewers are saying, right?
Yeah.
If Brenner and Loshak are both on it. It's an auto fade, and maybe they're right.
It might be.
I think that. Listen, actually, one of the guys I have had a pretty good read on Pfister overall. My record in his games have been good this year.
This is the guy that sent you to Mallorca.
Sabathia has definitely been getting hit recently, and Houston has a lineup to take advantage. His Pfister had a good start last out. I'm a little bit concerned about Pfister here. I don't quite like the spot for Pfister, but I like fading Sabathia. I like the Houston lineup, and I'm going to take Houston. I bet I'm on the overnight -1, and that's going to be the Bet Online line, and the sportsbetting.ag is slightly best line at -143, and the run line is going to be at Pinnacle +143, so that works out to exactly +100, which is what I get on
I
the
like that.
At the overnight. That's what I bet it. And again, of course, as always, I'm printing out SBRodds.com lines to do all the line shopping here. +100, Houston -1. Mike Brenner, what do you think?
Well, Pistol Pete, numbers don't lie. The Astros 7-3 the last 10. They're really starting to put things together. The Yankees go in the opposite direction. And now, after they get rid of Chapman, they're talking about letting a couple other players go. I got a feeling, even though they're 2 games above 500, this is a team that's going into selling mode and rebuilding. I think the Astros take advantage of it. Pfister, his last 3, has been pretty solid. CC Sabathia, like you said, he's overdue for a shellacking. I love it.
Overdue for? He's been getting shellacked.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about like a real shellacking.
Overdue for a 5th shellacking
for
in a row.
One.
Right,
What's the full game money line best value with the Astros?
Best value would be +143.
Wow. Okay, +143. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not
Pistol Pete, why is it? What's going on?
I make a lot of jokes, Mike Brenner. This is not a joke.
Did Altuve say he wasn't playing tonight?
No, I mean, I just think that, it makes, that's what, if on the full game line, they're like -143, so if that's what the full game line is, then the
that's all I want is full game money line, I said. And you said +143.
Oh, I thought you said run line.
No.
Are you sure?
I said money line.
Okay, the money line is -143.
Okay, there we go. That's why I said, are you sure? That's why I thought you were losing your mind, Pistol Pete.
No, all right.
All right, 143. What's the team total, just for the hell of it?
The team total, let's see. The total on the game is about 8.5 or 8. So the team total for Houston, I'm guessing, would be 4.5 with not that big
You know what?
juice.
I'm going to stay off of that because that middle relief for the Yankees is still there. They're still there. So I'll just stick with the full game money line, -143. Astros getting it done again.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Now we got some other situations you want to touch. Felix Hernandez was rusty in his first start, and
yeah, at home he was at home too.
He had some good results in his minor league rehab starts.
I guess he's getting older, Pete.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would expect him to improve here from his first start, but we saw earlier in the year, overall, he's clearly in age-related decline, so I'm not sure I'd want to take I'd actually lean Pittsburgh here, if anything, as a very small favorite.
Yeah, me too. And Liriano's had his issues. That team's got some issues. They better straighten it out, but I don't know. Seattle on the road with Hernandez, and I know he maybe worked some of the rust out, but I got to watch him before I do anything, and Pittsburgh just hasn't given me anything to really say, hey, I want to back that team right now. I'm staying off it, Pete.
Then another bet last night, it came to me late. The Arizona-Milwaukee game had 2 crappy starters, and I looked at it, and at first I was like, I didn't touch it because of the crappiness of the starter, but then I realized I was like, Milwaukee's the play here. I took them on the -1 line and a cash, and we have the same situation tonight. Arizona at Milwaukee, Corbin and Garza, 2 real crappy guys, and I think that equals
God, that's got over written all over it too.
It does, but the total is 9.5. I'm actually gonna wait for the second half to come out and take the second half under, and I'm definitely leaning. I did bet Milwaukee small on the -1 line, and
well, then in the battle of 2 bad pitchers, I think Milwaukee's got the advantage in their bats, Pistol Pete, and I think their bats are coming alive. LaCroix, I mean, he's still up for he could be traded, and Braun's playing really good. So
you know what? I bet it.
Come on,
so
Pistol
fine.
Pete, pull that trigger, baby.
Milwaukee -1. The money line part is Pinnacle -113, and the run line part +177. So that works out to about +135 or something like that.
I think that's going to be a ticket casher. I got one that's interesting.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going with the LA Angels tonight on a full game money line at Kansas City. They got this young kid, this lefty coming up, Skaggs. All right, in 9 minor league starts, he's got a 1.69 ERA. He's really, really sharp, and I know it's his debut tonight, but going against Kansas City, who's pretty banged up, I think LA continues because Pujols is just hitting the hell out of that ball right now. And I think this team believes they might still have an outside shot of getting in. So
in general, I'm all over fades of Kansas City right now. I faded them yesterday. That was one of my non-losers. And there's the line isn't out yet, so I didn't check that game. There's no overnight line. We can give you the Pinnacle
We'll
opener.
go full game money line. We'll give the Pinnacle
opener. Okay.
Absolutely.
And then we both had a winner. One of our non-losers yesterday was with Toronto on the run line. Today, I'm definitely not leaning that way, although I admit I took a small shot with the under 9.5 on the overnight line. But tonight, I'm definitely not going to be taking Toronto. If I had to take a pick here, I would take San Diego. Yeah.
But, can I ask you why? Because Cashner, you used to call him Tomato Can.
No, he's been vulnerable. I never called him Tomato. I never called him Tomato Can. He's been vulnerable at times, but his last two starts were great.
Yeah.
People are talking about.
Oh wait, it was auto fade maybe.
Nope, not Cashner.
Oh, that was Shelby Miller. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I mean, Cashner's has times when he has maybe arm fatigue and he gets vulnerable and he gets crushed. But his last two starts were great. And as we know, San Diego's been hitting the ball. Stroman, when his sinker isn't working, can get crushed. Now I think Stroman's going to be okay here, but at this line I didn't bet San Diego on the overnight.
Okay.
But if I had to bet, that's the way I'm leaning, and I'm just trying to make
What's
myself.
The full game money line?
The full game money line is minus 240.
Okay, so full game run line should be what, about minus?
For Toronto would be about the best line would be minus 122.
All right, I'm taking that, and I just think they're going to get it done again. I think Cashner. The damage may not come with Cashner. Mm-hmm. It may come in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take Toronto in the second half, and also Toronto full game run line.
Okay, we will. We'll see what that line is. My guess is that it'll probably be about minus 140 or so.
I like it, Pete. I think Toronto really, really sees what's happening right now, and they're having fun again, and they're healthy. So look out.
How do you know they're having fun again?
Because I'm the fan. You don't give a shit about the game. I do. These guys are having fun.
Okay. I'm just questioning your ability to divine how much fun they're having. No, you might be right. You might be right. All right. So anyway, I did bet the under 9.5, and I'll tell you, this is just an interesting. I bet this on the overnight. This is definitely a no balls play, but I bet it. I bet the under 11 in Detroit, Boston with Pelfrey starting now. Wright is starting for Boston, and I think he's just very reliable. Right?
Yeah.
He never throws a shutout, but he always gives up like 2 or 3 runs, sometimes 4. And Pelfrey's a weird guy, man.
I know.
His peripherals are terrible, but 3 of his last 4 starts have actually been
really good.
And again, I expect him to get hit a little bit here to give up maybe 3, 4, 5 runs, 6 runs. But 11's a high total, and I did bite on that one on the overnight on the under.
You might be good on that because yesterday everybody thought that even though they still had some good pitchers on the mound, they still thought some runs would be put out. But it was kind of a low-scoring game.
Yeah, very low scoring. And I don't know, Boston Once again a big home favorite. You have anything to say about that? Or is that a pass?
I'm staying off it. I was going to be a pass. I just Pelfrey, like you said, 3 out of his last 4, he's kind of looked good, and that team knows they got to start winning right now. So dangerous spot for me.
All right, and then let's see. Is there anything else you have for us?
I've got one other. It's the second game of a doubleheader. I'm taking the Cards with Garcia, and normally I don't do doubleheaders because you got to see the factors of the first game. But hell, Pete, and I'm not saying this desperately, but at what's going on right now, I got nothing to lose, so I'm going to take those risks.
There's nothing wrong with being desperate.
Yeah.
People.
You know what though?
In dating, they say you can smell desperation. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm desperate. Whatever. I don't care.
You know what?
If you're desperate, you're desperate.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm actually taking a reach out in the dark because I got a feeling this one's going to cash. Cologne's getting older. He's starting to really show that if things are, slowing down for him. And I think Garcia's, they're both struggling a bit, but I think Garcia gets the edge. What's the full game money line in the second game for the Cards?
The full game money line for Garcia Cologne, I do actually have it here. It's out. The best line would be Pinnacle plus 102.
I liked it. I think it's a solid opportunity. The Mets bats just have not been, cranking as of late. Cardinals need to keep the metal to the pedal and pedal to the metal. So I'm going with it, buddy.
All right, that sounds good. Mike Brenner, why don't you give a quick plug in a review, and I'll decide. I might actually go with all my
you go
my
into
no
that
balls
deep
fix.
think tank real quick. You just do that. All right, I'm going with the Cubs today. First half run line. We're going to give you the Heritage opener, and I'm also going Cubbies full game run line plus 103. They're going to get it done today. Astros full game money line with Fister on the mound minus 143. I'm going with Los Angeles Angels full game money line. The line's not out. We're going to give you the Pinnacle opener on that. And I'm going with Toronto on the full game run line minus 122 and also Toronto second half. And I'm feeling it, Pete. And, of course, wrapping it up with the Cardinals. I think full game money line plus 102. And you know what? OCDpicks.com, Canadian football, nailed another one yesterday.
Nice.
First half, Toronto, they were up by about, I think, 15 or something. But we also have WNBA, which is going to be starting back after the Olympics, and that's going to be in about another month. So keep your eyes open on that. And also Sportsbook Review Guide, guys. You make sure you check out who you're playing with.
On Sportsbit today, Paulie and I are making lines. How about Josh Gordon, over 4.5 touchdown catches. Now the suspension has been rescinded by the Browns. Or Tyronn Lue, over under 3.5 years out of that 5-year contract he just signed with Cleveland. 2016 New York Giants, over under 8 wins. All that, plus big game breakdown and play of the day on SportsBit.
Pistol Pete, come out of that think tank.
All right.
You scare me when you start going that deep, for real.
I gave all my my questionable brainer picks for the day, and there's 2 no balls totals. One of them I will lay off of. I'll lay off of the Detroit Boston one because Pelfrey might get crushed. But the San Diego Toronto one, I will give that one under 9.5, and the best line would be Pinnacle minus 118. Right, so that makes 4 picks for me. I am desperate. I'm hoping to. I don't want to get down to too far into the abyss. I think I can come back, but you can't go too far down.
Pete,
before,
college football's right around the corner, baby. This is where I thrive. You know what, though?
Yeah.
Before football kicks off, if you say you might be desperate, get out on the town. You need to take it easy on that studying, Pete, and live this Costa Rica life.
You might be right. At any rate, regardless, we'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday card.
Yes, we will.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.